Zuckelbean,
Present.
Bobs,
Here.
Fleming,
Here.
Rose.
Here.
Cruzen. Here. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Everybody received the minutes. Unless somebody has questions, comments, concerns, I would entertain a motion to approve. I have a motion and a second by Cruzen. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? That will carry. Thank you. Any correspondence this evening?
None this evening, sir.
Thank you. General comments. Anybody want to start anything out? Anything get off the chest tonight? All right, we'll just keep moving then. David Ehlers was sick tonight. I told him to stay away because none of us wanted it. So we will catch up with a Public Works report next time. Brings us to you, Herb Oak Ridge, please.
I just want to give you an update as to what we're planning, what the board is planning, with your permission, of course, on what we're going to do with the entrance. We're talking about doing a winged stone on the new entrance with a new gate. And then the old gate, we're gonna take the big pillars, and I'm not sure how we're gonna do this yet. We're still in the process of discussing that. We're gonna pull them out and move them so they'll be straight line with those shorter pillars. The distance will be with the big gate hanging on them fixed. They won't swing. And then using some of the older fencing to finish that perimeter. We've got a local guy who is a brick mason, Craig.
Kijanowski.
Thank you. Who has done a lot of work here around town and is very, very talented when it comes to brickwork. So anyhow, he's going to give us some ideas. So that's the thing, one of the things that we're working on. The other thing that we want is to be a good neighbor to the Lozier Oil Company. They get our debris from the cemetery. Flowers, leaves, whatever. And so we're thinking about a chain link fence along that perimeter. We haven't gotten any numbers, we haven't talked to anybody about it. It's just in the discussion phase. So if anybody's got ideas or anything they'd like to talk to us about, we'd sure like to have you come. We have, you in front of you have a list of all of our meetings. They're on the second Tuesday of every month. We plan on meeting unless there's just nothing that we need to meet about. I have to give some recognition to Ron. As you know, I've been working on the cemetery now for about a little over 8 years. And because of the information that he has given me access to in the historical records, we've got 29 people now that are buried in the cemetery who had no idea where, and now we know where they're buried. They don't have a stone, so we can't really, permanently identify them. However, it was kind of neat, the book started, the cemetery board started in 1912, the very first meeting. And I'm reading it, and I'm through about 1928 or 29. And it tells us when they opened these graves and what lots they opened them in and what grave they opened them in. So that's kind of neat. I mean, for me, it's really neat. Maybe that means much to you guys, but it's really super when we start locating the individuals in our cemetery. So we're up to about 8,270 people buried in Farmington, just the open cemetery. And that includes these 29 we just ordered or just found. We did spend some money this month prior to, or based on the will from Mr. McCord, and our obligation is to put flowers or decorate their graves twice a year. So we have decorated their graves for a total of $67.56. You'll see that in our minutes. And that was approved by the board. And so that's one thing that we have done. Nothing else has changed. We still have a balance of $61,175. So that's what we're doing right now as a board. So if you've got input as to what you want this entrance to look like, we would love to hear from you. Okay? That's all I have.
I have a question or comment.
Yes, sir.
The 28 that you've identified,
29.
29 is as simple as putting some sort of a brick or identifier.
That's a really good question, Dave. My envision would be to come up with I'd be too expensive to buy that, to use that. But to take a laminated document, I know where they were born, I know when they died, I know their names, and maybe some information about them, and laminate that and fix it to the location that we know where they are now. So at least we can identify where they are. Okay, but that's down the road. There's 1,100 people that don't have markers. And we'd like to include all 1,100 of those. That's a round number. I can give you the exact number, but my wife says that's just too much information. So,
Thank you. Appreciate
all
it.
right, thank you. So thank you, gentlemen.
All right, thank you. I entertain a motion to approve Oak Ridge City minutes report.
Second.
Is that you, Nate? Dave, oh, sorry. Motion by Chuck, a second by Dave Rose. All in favor, say aye. Opposed? That will carry. Brings us to the TIP reports. Opening balance, $1,088,387.59. We had a payment to Anderson Sedgwick. We had to pay our TIF fees to the Economic Development Group and Jacob and Klein, and then we had 3 different redevelopment grants paid, as well as we had a deposit for TIF property taxes. Leaves us an ending balance of $1,064,625.57. We have some old business to talk about, the correction on election information and information given to us by the county. There was a correction of dates. So December 12th, 2022 is the first day to file a petition for the consolidated primary election. The last day to file is December 19th of 2022. And then by December 27th, we have to certify local officials for the county. And we do have the mayor job is open for 2 years. Ward 1 has an alderman, Ward 2 has an alderman, and Ward 3 has 2 people open, one a 2-year term and one a 4-year term. So if anybody's interested, we still have this information available and we still have plenty of time to file. Thank you. Did I cover all that right?
That's correct.
All right. Leads us to new business. And the first order of new business is we need to have an exec session under 5 ILCS 120/2 C1. The appointment, employment, compensation, discipline, performance, or dismissal of specific employees of the public body or legal counsel for the public body, including hearing testimony on a complaint lodged against an employee of the public body or against legal counsel for the public body to determine its validity. And I would take a motion to enter exec session. A motion by Boggs, a second by Chuck. That is a roll call, please.
Okay, good. Sorry. Bobs,
Yes.
Fleming,
Yes.
Rose,
Yes.
Cruzen,
Yes.
Bass,
Yes.
Stillman.
Yes.
Thank you.
All right, we'll be back, folks. Just to remind you that the owl is still going, so if you're going to entertain, be famous, not infamous.
Hit the red button
All right.
to record. When you're done, push it again to
Got
shut it off.
Well, you have 4 alderman positions? Oh, very good.
Because Ken stepped up and took Kowal's position. His position was until the next election. and his would have been through 25.
2 years.
It was a 4-year.
Yeah, but it's 2 years left.
Yes. So when Ken moved up, that creates a mayoral 2-year. And we had a gentleman that stepped down from Ward 3, and Jenny is filling his position again until the next general election. So that position will be for 2 years, but yet over the 4-year period, the council switches every 2 years. So there will be 2 for Ward 3. One is a 2-year, one is a 4-year. And then Ward 1 and 2 is a 4-year position. Typically, this time of year, we'd have had just 3 positions, but because of the changes in the seats, it added.
And how different were the dates?
Pardon?
How different were the dates and how many did we change? A couple weeks or a couple days? You're correct in dates 5, but they tell you first.
Today was 21st, but I read it wrong in the instructions, and that was for municipalities that have 2 parties, and we don't. We only have 1. So, Alex, brother's last name, he's running. He's the other one running for Alderman's position. Yeah, I think he is. Well, I can't see how long this will live.
Oh, good.
If I can get one of them to agree to take the 2-year position and the other one takes the 4, and they both will get elected.
I'm keeping those books for some more time
That's fine.
because I'm not through them yet.
That's fine.
But they're great. They're great.
Yeah.
They are.
That's,
Yeah.
I told you you had a lot of fun with it.
You're right.
I had to do that.
His, the guy that's with him is his dad. And he was number 2 at Maria. He's retired. No, he just, he's just here to observe. I think he'll be all right.
7:30 on Saturday.
I mean, he made a comment tonight, but that's the first one to say. I don't know. I inserted the election materials in his council meeting 2 weeks ago. Just to prompt him. I don't know. Well, concerns I've got. So there's 5 of the 8 elected officials. Well, yeah. And how the hell are you going to get anything done?
That's why I'm doing this thing today.
Mm-hmm.
Don't worry about it. So, you know, I cut out today.
Mm-hmm.
What do you have to say about it?
Part of me was pretty pissed that I gave it to him when I did, but said he also sees he's happy for him, so I don't know. He said, I'm not sure how we're going to find anybody that's going to do what you do. And so you're not.
That's for
Nobody's
sure.
going to come pay for what you guys have been paying. We'll see.
Guess we know. Kind of curious.
I'm sure they will make a comment. They have to approve it or deny it. To,
But then now they can do anything.
then they're going to really have to talk.
I don't know. They can say no. It's not a contract.
I'm not under contract.
So you should
That will.
They really don't have a choice.
Well, they'd have to make it appealing to stay.
Yeah.
We'll see.
Twins out Jackson this summer. I don't know back for the green. Gee, guys, what time? We didn't have anything going on in here other than we were sitting around drawing the party. They were in shooting.
Well, then you've just been sitting in the chair,
Fell out.
fell out.
Yeah. Especially that camera right there. I'm like, kind of watching it again, mixing around. Knocked off like a really expensive.
That didn't that hurt my finger.
I didn't have anything come in. It's a call.
Mm-hmm.
So Andy went to a call. So I'm glad I didn't have him do this today.
No, I didn't.
I can hear.
Of course, he had his ear picked. Plug in probably.
Yeah, I can hear it from.
Well, it was 5.
He's at the point where he's got much longer either. So I got the spot reserved for the other kid, the other kid, Walker Peach. I'll know more after tomorrow because I'll call him about polygraphs. So I keep Al's and get hired.
Call the electrician at an outlet. Diameter. It's all black around. Quit working. There was a charger in there, so I don't know if the charger kept it on fire. I didn't catch it on fire all the way, but it's black around. I just tried to burn.
Did you take the cover off it?
I haven't taken the cover out of it yet. But the outlet
Is
doesn't
it-
work at all.
Huh?
The outlet doesn't work at all now. Sure.
We'll need to, it needs to be taken off and looked at it. I imagine you probably got a breaker downstairs in the fuser that's tripped.
I'll look down there and then get home. It's been like that for a little while. It happened last year around Christmas time. We just don't even use that outlet anymore.
Well, just if it had a bad connection on it, it could have, whatever you had plugged in drew enough that it popped the breaker before it actually melted the wire all the way down to the fuse box.
Yeah. Things in right after.
But it had to have been hot for it to get black.
It was a phone charger. I don't know if it just malfunctioned or what. That's what's plugged in there.
And you need to check that out just to make sure it's dead.
Pull that thing off and see.
Well, you can stick a multi-tester and see if
See
it's
this
dead.
And this, and I keep forgetting. Get the electrician out. I've been meaning to get to that for a lot of months now. I'm like, oh, I probably should here to Lucifer to replace it.
I know how to take a look at it. But when you pull the outlets out and see what it looks like, make sure the wires aren't burnt. There should be probably some other outlets that don't work either.
Some downstairs that didn't work when I tested them before all that happened. It didn't work. I don't know why. They're dead.
Well, there'd be more than just one outlet circuit. There'd be 5 or 6 of them.
Yeah, I'll have to see. Don't know for sure. I thought it was just odd. It's like all over a phone chargers. I hate those stupid phone chargers. There's one of those cube ones too. It's just a cube, small thing that they used to get with their cell phones. I don't know who plugged one in over there, but it made a hell of a mess.
Yeah.
Of course, Millie saw it and didn't say anything. I said something like, "Oh yeah, I did that earlier." And I pulled the outlet out to plug it out. Oh, no, they're great. Yeah, so it's self-electrocuted or
Yeah, he was shocked. Well, you need to make sure if it was black, you need to make sure it's circuit's off.
And I had the electrician come in and do the rest of the outfits I couldn't do. So I'm getting frustrated with him. I was like, it's hard to call him. He came and did it next day or two. I was hoping he would break out the metal piece and put my cover back on. He just left it on the ground. But he was staying. So that part fucking cost him.
It's part of finishing it to get them.
Yeah. I don't know why he did that. It made no sense to me. So, I don't know. No one in the house is paying. It is nice to have your own clothes, but it is a pain.
I can't comment on that because I was trying to do all myself the same. So. But yes, if I hired somebody to come do wiring, it would be finished.
I'm not sure why he did it. Was it Wicker, not Lewistown? It's my friend that used to do it. He moved to Michigan. Now he Folk Electric found out his business went out. So I don't know what the hell he did. Something.
So let me see.
I will.
Those fries are still in
What?
there.
Mhm.
Those fries are still in there.
Yeah, who knows?
Fries will be back soon.
Thank you.
You guys knock Joey down? We rolling again?
No, we're still on live.
Nancy's not back here.
No.
either.
I usually like, I do these. Too many.
No, I left it. No, the thing. No, I left. No, it's fine. I'll just take it. Thanks. No, I set myself, I knew this was coming, so I set myself up in there. All right, let's roll again. I need to have a roll call, please, to return from exec session.
Time,
Is
7:29,
7:30.
7:30, okay, thank you. Rask,
Here.
Steffelbeam,
Here.
Boggs,
Here.
Fleming,
Here.
Rose,
Here.
Cruzen. Here. Thank you.
All right, returning from exec session. First order of business is I would like to have a motion and a second to accept the resignation of City Administrator Wright as he is going to retire.
So moved.
Wait a minute. Who did it first?
So moved.
I got a Rose and a second by Rask, and this is going to be a roll call, please.
Rose,
Yes.
Cruzen. Yes. Rask,
Yes.
Steffelbeam,
Yes.
Boggs,
Yes.
Fleming.
Yes.
And what this says is I became a city employee full-time on December 1, 2006 as your public works superintendent. And as of May 28th, 2009, was given the city administrator's position. Now, after 16 years of service and with concern, discussion with family, and instruction with individuals, I have made the decision that it's time to pursue my retirement. This is the hardest decision I have made since we closed our family business on October 31, 2006. It was hard for me to determine when this day would come and would be the best time for all involved. Now is the time to set that date. My wife and I have been given by our daughter to join on a vacation, and it has been scheduled for December 26, 22 through January 4, 23. Given that the Christmas season is on Saturday and Sunday this year, the city employees will have the 23rd and the 26th for our scheduled days. My last day as city administrator will be at the close of business on December 22nd, 2022. I plan to have a full load for the next month to finish work that must be finished and to ready the office for the next individual to fill this position. Should any one of you have any questions about this, please contact me. Respectfully, Roland Wright. And we accept this resignation with regrets. But it has been a pleasure. And we've got another month or so to kick them around, so everybody get ready.
You're not done with me for 30 days.
Thank you, all.
All right. Thank you. And we're not done with that as yet. But second thing I need coming out is I need a motion and a second to pursue hiring a new administrator.
So moved.
I have a motion and a second by Cruzen. That is going to be a roll call, please.
Fleming,
Yes.
Rose,
Yes.
Cruzen. Yes. Rask,
Yes.
Steffelbeam,
Yes.
Boggs.
Yes.
Thank you.
All right. And the third thing coming out of exec session is through the CARES Act money, we have a great group of employees, and one of the things that I would like to do is make sure that we give all our employees a really good Christmas bonus this year. We have the ability through the CARES Act to do so. Our employees came every day during COVID, and this money was earmarked and given to us by the federal government for things of such. So I would like to have a motion and a second to give our full-time employees a $600 bonus and our part-time employees a $300 bonus that will be in their paychecks December 8th.
So moved.
And second.
I have a motion by Chuck, a second by Dave Rose, and that will be a roll call, please.
Rask,
Yes. You have earmarks for that for 23 and 24 as well.
Yeah, we'll do that right after this. Wherever you were, Nancy.
Rask,
Yes.
Steffelbeam,
Yes.
Boggs,
Yes.
Fleming,
Yes.
Rose,
Yes.
Cruzen. Yes. Thank you.
And the last piece of business to come out of exec session is through the $151,000 and change that we received by the CARES Act money, we would like to earmark $10,000 in years 23 and 24 to be set aside for employee bonuses.
So moved.
We have a motion by Chuck, second by Rose. That will be a roll call, please.
Rask,
Yes.
Steffelbeam,
Yes.
Boggs,
Yes.
Fleming,
Yes.
Rose,
Yes.
Cruzen. Yes. Thank you.
Thank you. Back to the show, as they say. Next item up is a discussion possible action of a new police patrol vehicle. Chris, this is all you.
Our last vehicle took almost 2 years to get in, so it put us behind on our buying of vehicles. I do like to stress too, that some comments from the citizens that this money is all that we use for cars, is all officer generated money. It's not taxpayer money. It's everything that our guys do, writing tickets, impounds, all that other stuff. So it's money we have saved up. We have about $96,000 give or take in there. So I talked to Andy, and his vehicle is pretty good shape, but these other two we have, 513, we couldn't sell, that we put out, they bid on. And 515 is killing us on repair costs. So what I wanted to do is since the K9 program can continue even after Andy retires, is that I want to get K9 vehicle brand new that we can have for the life of 2 dogs. So with that vehicle, I want to purchase a 2023 Dodge Ram 1500 K9 vehicle. The vehicle itself, 4x4, which his vehicle does not have now, and he's had several occasions where thankfully he's been able to get out with the car he has, but he goes all over the place in that thing, through woods, through pastures, everything else. So thankfully he's been able to get out what he's had, but he has had some pretty close calls. So I'd like to do that for hitting the dog there. That vehicle costs $38,580. To install the equipment is $16,918. The radar unit, which I can't include with all the prices because it's a state bid price, but it can't be included for some reason, is $1,900. The vehicle striping, I already have half of it. All I need is the K9 markings for the truck. Roughly about $300 to have everything installed on it. Final total will be $57,715.50. I said in this plan is to get rid of 13 and 15 and move Andy's car that he has now to patrol. It's an older vehicle, but it's in better shape than all of our Interceptors are. So we will keep 516, which is our newest Interceptor, because it's still got some life left in it. But that's my plan for the police department.
Thanks, Chris. Anybody have any questions for Chris? Comments, concerns?
The price of the pickup is less than a vehicle or a car.
Of a car, yeah. The pickups actually are cheaper than if we were to buy a Charger or something of that effect.
I'd like to make a motion that we purchase a 2022 Dodge Ram 1500 K9 for our police department.
I have a motion from Boggs, a second by Chuck. That is a roll call vote, please.
Boggs,
Yes.
Fleming,
Yes.
Rose. Yes. Cruzen. Yes. Rath,
Yes.
Stefan.
Yes.
Thank you.
Next order of business, there is the schedule for the 2023 regular meetings. We will post this at all the doors, all the council people, and there's copies in the back. There are 2 days that we are moving to Tuesdays due to holidays, but we will be meeting every other Monday, the first and third Monday at this point. Last order of new business, declaration of local state of emergency. State of Illinois, counties of Fulton and Peoria, city of Farmington, pursuant to the authority vested in the office of mayor by the Illinois Municipal Code section 5/11-1-6, the Illinois Emergency Management Agency Act section 3305/11 and ordinance 2020-06 of the city of Farmington. I, Ken Stuffleby, mayor of the city of Farmington, do hereby declare that a local state of emergency exists as of this date, September 19th, 2022, and shall continue until such time as provided in ordinance 2020-06. The nature of the emergency is a nationwide pandemic of COVID-19. That leads us to committee reports. Dave Rose, do you have any finance ordinance, please?
Nothing new report, sir.
Thank you. Officer Boggs, anything, or Councilman Boggs, anything on public safety?
Nothing to report, sir.
All right, I have no sewer. Nate, anything streets, sidewalks, and garbage?
Nothing to report.
Thank you. Jenny, Parks and Rec?
I don't have anything.
Thank you. And Chuck, Public Grounds and Buildings?
Nothing to report.
Thank you. Last chance for public comments. If not, I will entertain a motion to adjourn.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Thanks, folks. Have a nice evening.